Und hier kommen die beiden Schützen. Bitte Berlin, holt sie an die Linie.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 archers, 1 medal, 1 spot on the podium. Who's going to go out and grab it?
Time to go for bronze here in the German capital at the 52nd edition of the World Archery Championships. The world #1 suffering defeat to the Olympic champion from Brazil goes up against the man from Indonesia.
Representing Indonesia,
Auf Scheibe Nummer 1 für Indonesien.
Arif Pangestu. And his opponent shooting on target number 2. Representing Brazil,
Auf Scheibe Nummer 2 für Brasilien.
Marcus Almeida. Judge for this matchup is
Und die Kampfrichterin für dieses Match ist
Katerina Konchalova.
So a big one, but not without some jeopardy. Arif Pangestu of Indonesia is 19 years old and the world number 182. Nothing to lose, one could say, up against Marcus Almeida of Brazil, who will be pretty disappointed to be in the bronze rather than the gold medal match.
Yeah, and that might mean disappointed and therefore distracted. But what we saw yesterday with the compound shooting, Jyoti Surekavenim, well, she was one of the favorites to win gold, ended up in the bronze medal match and then shot a 150 to claim bronze. So it doesn't have to mean disappointed and therefore distracted.
Bronze medal at the World Championships are up for grabs. Almeida shoots a 9 with the first arrow. A good sighter.
A pretty calm shot there from Arif, but yeah, that one. I feel like Marcus was not expecting the clicker to go at that moment, or he was not centered, because the clicker went and there was a bit of a pause before he released, and then he was trying to correct it, but kind of knew that it had gone.
Big chance for Pangestu, and he takes it. Perhaps a little lower scoring than Almeida would have liked, but Pangestu gets the early breakaway. You can see a bit of frustration now with Almeida.
Yeah, and that's that frustration and that disappointment that I was talking about before the match. He really needs to channel this and well, try to turn it into focus rather than distraction. So all energy you can essentially divert into focus. Not saying it's easy, but it is what he'll have to do.
It's easy from where we're sitting. It's such a tricky situation. You and I have talked about this before. In my sporting career, I experienced a couple of times where I lost out in this bronze medal playoff. It's a soul destroying.
Yeah, it can be.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, and I know you have.
Yeah,
you've done it in archery.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm somewhat of an experience expert when it comes to losing your semifinals and then going into bronze medal matches. But I was not maybe the best at converting them into a bronze medal.
Recovering from a loss in the semi-finals. But that is what Marcus Almeida has to do. And I think he gave himself a bit of a telling off in that break.
Yeah, I think so too. And like I said, for some people, all that negative energy, all that negative emotion, you can turn around and you can use that to your advantage as well.
9.
So I've talked about this when we were looking at the compound competition as well.
9.
As Marcus slightly opens the door there for Arif to tie the setup.
Needs a 10 note.
Yeah.
Gets the 10 to level things up, and he is looking pretty strong himself here, matching up to the 29 shot by the world #1 to keep his 2-point lead. And despite a marked improvement from Brazil's Marcus D'Almeida, Arif Pangestu is quietly plugging away here, and he's staying very calm. Chef, sorry, I interrupted you. You were going to talk about the bronze medal in the compound women's competition, I think.
Yeah, or just compound in general, where yesterday I was telling you that some archers, you can kind of see if they're going to be in the middle or not. So a good shot is per definition a 10 and a bad shot is not. And I feel like Marcus has a similar level in that regard, where you can kind of see which arrows are going to go in the middle and which arrows aren't. Arif still, I think, is at the level where you just fire shots that are as good as possible, and then hope for them to get in the middle. So it's a bit of a different level of experience, I think, but
it's working out for him.
It's working out for him really well.
And when he needed that 10, he got it.
Exactly.
We move into the third set. Well, #1 from Brazil, trailing. But shooting a lot better than he was in the first set. We've also seen a factor here, Chef, where if you get out to that early lead in the recurve competition, you can hold on to it.
You can, but we've also we've had some good examples of comebacks as well. So it's difficult to say which of the two is better. Obviously, you want to start with a lead because you want to lead in any case, but it doesn't necessarily mean that a comeback is impossible.
9.
So, needed a 10 to draw the last set. Pangestu needs a 10 to draw this one. Just outside. But that means we have got a match on our hands here. 3 apiece after 3 sets. And he starts to favour Marcus D'Almeida now.
It's just that Marcus is the more experienced one, but I mean, Kim Woo-jin is also more experienced than Arif, and he did beat Kim Woo-jin, so not much to be said about that.
3:3, ein Festival der Dreier hier im Moment in Berlin, und wir sind gleich bereit für Satz Nummer 4.
Yeah, the fourth set indeed could be the big difference maker here, as one of the two could take a commanding lead and put himself on the verge of securing the bronze medal. Let's see how the archers will perform in crucial set number 4. Now we can hear the chanting support from the crowds here in Berlin. Moving into set number 4, Marcus D'Almeida shoots first on target 2.
All square, 3 apiece between Marcus D'Almeida of Brazil and Arif Pangestu, Indonesia. That's the Brazilian to shoot first.
Again, not the best shot that he's ever done. You could hear that, you know, a little pause between the click and the release, but it's marked as an asterisk, but I think the first arrow by Marcus is pretty clearly a 10, from what I could see.
Just so impressed with how composed he looks, but that's drifted away to the right.
Yeah, and he knew that was going to go to the right, so he does have that awareness developed already.
Solid. The measure matters not to D'Almeida. Even a 10 here from Pangestu is not enough. He gets that 10, so good for his confidence for sure. But D'Almeida now starting to show why he's the world #1, and he could even get marked up to a perfect score. 5 plays 3. We don't see that changing.
Yeah, this will also be the first time in this match where Arif Pangestu will start off the set. So in this last set he will start off and maybe be able to put some pressure on Marcus D'Almeida.
Und damit geht jetzt hier mit 5:3 in Führung und hat das Fensterchen doch ordentlich aufgemacht für die Bronzemedaille. Nach Silber vor 2 Jahren könnte jetzt vielleicht Bronze.
A lot at stake here for the pair of them. Obviously, place on the podium at the World Championships. But for the Indonesian, a fight back will be a big thing, because this would be Arif Pangestu's first ever international medal at senior level. 2 behind. Pangestu shoots first in the 5th and final regulation set, and that looks like it's just cut the line. Looks like it's a 10. This is the thing for D'Almeida.
Yeah, he has proven already that he knows how to deal with pressure, obviously, since he's the world #1, and you don't become a world #1 by faltering under pressure.
No, and he also knows shooting second, as you were alluding to, that he just has to match the scores of Pangestu. And that is exactly what he's doing. Sharing the points is enough for D'Almeida, not for Pangestu. Gets a 10. Now, the pressure is on the Brazilian world #1. A 10 for the win. A 9 is not enough. He gets the 10, and that pressure that Chef Vandenberg was talking about, handled with aplomb by the world #1, and Marcus D'Almeida may well be disappointed he's not in the gold medal match, but he will be on the podium at the 2023 World Archery Championships.
Yeah, and what an impressive way to do it, with that last arrow, with all the pressure of the bronze medal, knowing that if you don't shoot a 10, it's not even that you don't win, but it also means that you go into a shoot-off, and we all know that in a shoot-off anything can happen. So, world #1, well, getting a lot of world ranking points again for this bronze medal, so I suspect he's going to stay quite high in the world ranking after this tournament.
Yeah, to say the least. Any medal at a World Championships is a great medal, and whilst we can understand why he'll be disappointed, he would have targeted this competition as the one that he wanted to win this season. Getting that bronze, when he reflects on it in a few days' time, will be something for celebration, and of course a place booked.